Welcome to this video on the ScholarPack. What I'm going to be doing is installing and configuring and then reviewing the open source project as it is to date. First thing that you need to know is you need a CentOS 64-bit box up, and that's just basically the kind of start of the installation. Now, it's a bit of a pain that you have to get a CentOS box up, but you know, what can you do? And to this installation, I'm going to be installing all the deps, and at the same time I'm going to be eating probably, so apologies for that. So you know, we've got quite a lot of dependencies to install, so it's probably best that we grab as many as we can all at once. So we'll probably get quite a few wrong on this first line. So this is kind of a tutorial, but I'm going to be making mistakes as well. So you know, you're probably going to make the same mistakes as me, and that's not a problem. So I'm just following the install docs at the moment. Like I say, it's important that you've got a 64-bit box up, because a lot of the deps are 64-bit. I've not tried to install it on anything other than CentOS, because that's what it says on the docs, and I didn't want to go ahead and try to install it on Ubuntu or anything like that. So we're just whacking in all the dependencies here. This is from the docs list. You can see there's so many dependencies, it's just ridiculous really, and Yum is notoriously bad in my opinion. I'm going to get quoted on that. Okay, so there's an entire guide just for installing Zurp as a separate thing, so what we'll do is we'll do Zurp later. So let's try and get some of these things. It's good. Good, I like it. No name resolution. So I'm unable to resolve any domains, and that's probably why, because CentOS is for the losers. It's decided not to put any DNS servers in. Oops. Just need to check. Resolve.com, which is where my DNS, and then add name server as a prefix. Right, now we should have a ping response. Okay, good. So let's try Yum again. So Yum's a package manager. If you've not got a Unix background, then this video is probably going to be a bit of a pain. You know, if you're a proper pure Windows or Microsoftist, then getting your head around the way that Linux with packet management could be a problem for you. Also, the install docs for ScholarPack aren't really Windows user friendly. And it'd be nicer for ScholarPack to be Windows friendly, as to make it more accessible. But it'd be nicer for Microsoft to have a good package manager. Most point. I mean, you could always use you could probably use Sigwin and install a lot of these deps. So we'll see. So we've got to a point now where the Yum's asking us which packages we want to install or upgrade. It's found a lot of the packages that we've tried to install, it wasn't able to find. So what we're going to go ahead and do is install these, and then we'll go back and do the ones that it missed out. So total download side, is that okay? Yeah. And now we should join it once it's once it's done downloading. Quick little welcome back. So once it's done downloading, you're going to get a question if you want to import your GPG key. Just going to hit Y and then enter, so that's yes and then enter. And then it's going to go ahead and do all the installs. Whilst it's doing that, obviously get on with some other work. Oops. So all the installs are now complete. What we're going to go ahead and do is rerun that same command. And what that'll do is it'll tell us which are up to date, and also which of the ones are missing, so like PostgreSQL and the PostgreSQL dev. So it's missed about 6 or 7. And it's got a new package which I'm surprised about, so that must have been something that it wanted to maybe download that's additional, or maybe this is just a dependency of another package. But anyway, let's rejoin it once it's done downloading these next bunch and installing them. Okay, so those next dependencies have installed, so we're just going to run the install command again, and hopefully this time it'll be easier to spot the dependencies that we missed. Now what I will do, once I've got all the right dependencies and with all the right names and stuff, I'll put them all on a page together. So yum install PostgreSQL. Okay, so tell you what, if we do grep available, then that in theory should just list the packages that aren't available. There we go. So it just makes my life a little bit easier for doing this next part. Okay, so let's do PostgreSQL first. So in theory that should be get rid of this window. Yum install PostgreSQL devel x86_64. Okay, so this won't take too long. Okay, so that's the devel installed. Yum install PostgreSQL. And then it doesn't say anything about the server on the installed docs. So we'll just have to, unfortunately, we'll just have to assume that the server's part of the main package. So the next one's is Python PySock. So yum install. So I'm just googling the different. And apparently it's just that, but I'm sure we did that before. PSYCOP. I can't help but think that. Everything says it's. Okay, so I think maybe yum search is a command we can use. Nothing for psycop. PSY. Okay, so there is no packages called Python PSYCOPG. Maybe that's part of the easy install doc. Well, that don't make our life easy. Let's go back through and see what other dependencies we're missing. So MZ crypto, MZ crypto. I'm just going to copy these to a little notepad file on the side. Okay. It's just outside the recording window, but don't worry about that. So yeah, let's try MZ crypto. Why is there yum install? Okay, maybe that's just an extra O that doesn't need to be there. So yum install MZ crypt. Just find out what MZ crypto is. Yum. Okay, so there's no docs on that installation via yum neither. Yum means I'm surprised that XML starlet's not available. Yeah, yum install XML starlet should be. Obviously that package isn't available either. So try libgd. So this is just actually yum install gd-devel. Okay, so that's already up. I'm pretty sure that should be okay up to that point. So I'm just trying to find out where this report lab is supposed to be. Report lab. It looks like a tar GZ that we're going to need to grab and then install with Python. So we can go ahead and do that at the end. Once we've gone, I mean, we're going to have to do all these dependencies manually by the looks of things. Easy install is for PISA and probably a HTML5 lib. So this requires easy install as well. So never used easy install before, so this will be a new experience for me. I ain't never scared. Okay, so come on, that fun. So let's find out if you do not have this package installed, follow these instructions. So I'm just looking through some instructions. So yum install Python setup tools. This is nice. Apparently something else is holding the lock. Good. Okay. Okay, so that should give us easy install now. So easy install, and let's find out where. So HTML5 lib. So we're going to try and get rid of as many of these depths as possible. So far we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. I think we should be able to get rid of 3 of them. And I also think that libgddevel is on already. Yeah, let's rejoin it once this install's done. Okay, so that wasn't too long. Took a few moments. So next up is PISA, P-I-S-A. Easy install PISA. Again, we'll rejoin it once that one's done. Okay, so that's installed. You see we've got a warning up there. Don't know what that is about. A non-distribution option requires. Yeah, I'm not really a Python type of dude. Easy install. So next one up is Python report lab. Pretty confident should be an easy install. Okay, so we'll rejoin it once that one's done. These are taking about a couple of minutes each, by the way. And you could probably chain them. I'm just doing them individually just to make sure that they're working okay. Okay, so wasn't able to find a package Python report lab. So I'm just going to quickly update my list. We were able to get HTML5 lib and PISA installed, so they can go off my list, and libgddevel, that can go off my list. Obviously you can't see this list, but it's just a notepad file with a copy paste from the packages earlier. And if you're confused at this point and you're thinking what the hell is going on, then you should kind of be feeling like that. I mean, you know, a good open source deployment comes in one big package with all the deps, so you basically better do, you know, yum install ScholarPack and that's it, boom, it'll pull all the deps down. But you know, ScholarPack's still I'd say young. I'm not sure it is young. ScholarPack's still maturing, probably safer to say. So anyway, report lab is something to do with creating PDFs, blah blah blah. Click to buy online. Oh, that doesn't look promising. Oh no, that's report lab plus. So what we really want is download. So is there anything you need to register to gain access to the download area? All the open source information is available here. Ugh. Just to give you an idea of that folder, I mean, this is all your choices from that one folder. You've only got half my screen on display there. Let's bring it into. So there must be a better way to install this. So easy install report lab, maybe. Just gonna move my Chrome back out there and onto a bigger screen. Right, okay. So there's no version specified on the ScholarPack page for report lab. I actually think that it's probably not that much of an important dependency for what we're trying to test today. It's pretty unlikely we're going to get to this point at the moment. So basically the options that I've got with the report lab are to go to that awful page, and thankfully, because I've got a bit of experience doing stuff like this, it's to pick the right tar GZ, which in this case is it's this file here. But if you didn't have any experience doing that, then you're pure out of luck. So in theory I should just be able to do that. What I'll do is go ahead, grab that tar.gz and extract it and then install it using easy install. Let's rejoin that once it's finished. Okay, so I'm just back on here now. It looked like during the Python install received an error with GCC failed. So GCC is a compiler and evidently it's not installed. I'm pretty sure it's just GCC. So I've lost my page. Args. I think it must have been this one. Nope. So I'm just going back to the ScholarPack installation guide. See if GCC or anything was a dep, and it's not listed as a dep, and on CentOS it's not installed by default. I think it's just yub install GCC, maybe wrong. Okay, so let's rejoin that. This isn't listed as a dependency, and it's a clean install on server, so this is a discrepancy in the docs. We'll rejoin it once it's done downloading and installing. Okay, so that's now installed. So just to kind of recap on that last thing that we just did, we just installed GCC. Again, not worth stating that wasn't documented. Also not documented is the process for installing Report Lab. It's only from past experience that I know if a message pops up saying, you know, no GCC, can't compile, that I know to go ahead and grab GCC now. As far as I can interpret what GCC is, I think that it's a C compiler, and it takes the C source and creates a binary, but I don't know for sure. So we've still got a problem with the installation of Report Lab, so I think we'll just have to go ahead and try and work around that and try and move on to the next thing, which is XML Starlet. So XML Starlet install on CentOS. Let's see if we get anything from that. So there is an RPM package. So what I'm gonna say is yum search XML star. Oops. Spot the obvious typo. Spot my inability to break out of XML star. Okay, so no matches found. So okay, so we may have to compile from source, which is not the end of the world. What we'll have to do is, well, there's a Linux RPMs on Mandrake. They would not work for the distribution, so you'll have to compile from source code. Great. So heading over to SourceForge, grabbing the source files for version 1.04. There is an RPM available. I'm assuming that we've got some sort of RPM. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the 64-bit file. So I think we're just doing a wget, and then gonna copy that direct link. So this should give us a probably a nastily named file actually, because SourceForge sucks. Although don't quote me on that, even though it's the YouTube video. Alright, now it's giving us a clean name file, which is nice. So basically we're going to grab this file and then RPM UVH it, which will do the install, which is as simple as, come on, RPM, right, so ls starter RPM will show us that we've got it there, RPM, UVH. It's worth saying that CentOS and RPM is not my standard way for installing. I'm an apt type of guy. Right, so anyway, that's installed XML Starlet, so we can cross that off the list. So I'm just going to check this MZ crypto package to see what it is. Cryptography library for MZ scheme. Library provides a high-level interface for accessing primitives from libcrypto. Yeah, it sounds like we're going to need this, to be honest. Installation guide. To use the library through Planet. Well, I don't know how we're using it. So, I mean, this is listed as a dependency, but it sounds like it should come with the kernel. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about this one. My instincts tells me that it should, in theory, be built into the kernel. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip those two, which is Python Report Lab and MZ Crypto, just to kind of save a little bit of time, and then move back onto the docs. Scholar. So, I mean, we're not doing so bad as far as getting the dependencies on board. Oops, not commercial, open source. Okay, so there's a command that says group install development tools. I've no idea what that's supposed to mean. I'm assuming that, yeah, I have no idea what that means. Zope in itself is listed as in itself is a task. So assuming that with everything that we've just had to go through before is not even a task. So basically follow the docs online on Zope. So let's search for Zope. Download Zope. Current. Alright, it doesn't set. Does it say Zope 2, Zope 3? 2.9, so we're using an old version of Zope. Ugh. Our entire collection of Zope releases is here. So I can get either 2.9 or 2.87. So I really want that 2.9 because that's the latest out of the two. And the t.gz. So basically, location of source, grab source. God, this is exciting. Okay, so 7 meg. We'll rejoin that in 3 minutes. Okay, so we've grabbed that file now, so now we're just going to extract it. So that's the extraction done, and then we're going to go in there and we're going to configure. So no suitable Python version found, however Python version, yikes. Oh, finger fail. Python V. So 2.4.3 is my Python version. Control D out of that. And it wants 2.4.2. Good. This is good. So let's go back to the Zope installation guides, up to wiki. Oh boy, this is an unbelievably interesting looking wiki. I want to throw up right now. What the deuce? What have they done? Getting started. Right at the bottom of the wiki, there's the install guide. It's like, yeah, if you're a new person to Zope, don't even bother going to zope.org, just, you know, Google it or something. So anyway, I managed to find an install page after about 8 clicks. On Windows. No, I'm not on Windows. Compiling and installing Zope. Right. So configure. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem by the looks of things. So it's same point to the binary of Python, which is fine because we can just do which Python, and then we can do configure with Python equals user bin, oops, Python. Sorry if I offended anybody about Zope, but those docs are just what. So anyway, that looks like it's been alright to do that configuration with the with Python set. So it does actually say like where do we want to install Zope. There isn't a kind of like specific place, so I'm just gonna go for like prefix equals I think we can do user local Zope. That's seems to be quite a sensible place. So once we've done that configuration, then basically we just can do that make and then a make install. So this make might take a little while, so we'll just rejoin it once it's. So I've got quite a few warnings during that, but it looks like it didn't actually error out. So once it's completed, just go ahead and do the make install, and we'll rejoin it. It shouldn't take too long, but we'll rejoin it once it's done. So we've gone ahead and done that. It does actually say you've got to make an instance. So it says assuming that you want to install a Zope instance. Now we don't have anything on here saying that it wants to do an instance. So yeah, can't really proceed on that part. So I've got the ScholarPack file here. What I'm just going to do is dump that into my test folder and jump over to my local machine. Bring that here. So that's some tests, ScholarPack, whatever. So I'm going to just SCP that over. So this is a little Windows app that just allows you to push the file over. So if you're not familiar with this, then just check out SCP at some point because it's well worth it. 10.0.0.55 home Jose. So let's just dump that file over. Basically, that's just dump the ScholarPack source, 20 meg file, over to the box that we're working on. So we've got that there now. So unzip ScholarPack, puts it into, oh dear. Okay. Let's have a quick look to see what just happened there. I thought that you could unzip. What am I doing wrong here? CentOS unzip file. What I'm going to have to do is, for some reason it doesn't look like it wants to unzip that file. What I'm just going to quickly do is head over to my test folder, extract it. It is a damaged archive, right, so that's fine. So we'll rejoin this. I'm going to re-grab the archive from ScholarPack and then we'll rejoin it. Okay, so I managed to get that file again. I'm going to rename it ScholarPack, copy it over to my test folder. Okay, so that's there now, and then do the scp command again. Right, so should have given me the correct file. If I bring my thing up and then unzip ScholarPack.zip, that's better. So my bad there. Obviously the file hadn't properly downloaded and I was busy pirating software or something along those lines. Okay, so this should be interesting. I can see this going horribly wrong. So we have a ZEXP, which you should have, products and extension folder, yep. Clean SQL, we have no schema, but we assume that we've got a database. So first it wants us to create the PostgreSQL database, PSQL. So could not connect to the server. Is it actually running? Postgres. So there is no etc init script for Postgres, so we can assume that we have to actually install PostgreSQL PostgreSQL server. Just made that. I just like guessed what that syntax is, so I'm probably gonna have to. I've probably got it horribly wrong. I should Google it at the same time. In fact, not Google it. I should Bing it, because Google's doing my head in at the moment. No, I got it right anyway. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to Bing something, but I shall at some point today. Mark my words. Right. So 3.9 meg package. Quickly grab that. That'll go ahead, install and start PostgreSQL server. If you're not familiar with relational databases, PostgreSQL, MySQL, you need to get down into Funky Town and know your way around them, because they're the backbone of information. I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I don't know my way around them that well, because I obviously suck. So basically, just doing that, when I did that install there, PostgreSQL server, it didn't automatically start it. Oh, come on, right. This isn't even a slow server. Okay, so role root does not exist. So on my PostgreSQL server, I have no user, and there's nothing about I've no idea how to. Right, PostgreSQL create data clean install. Installation. Let's just go right from the start. So basically, when we've installed PostgreSQL, it says that we've not got a SQL. Hold on, test. Wait a second. Database root does not exist. Let's just. This is a proper like newbie error, because I've not done much in PostgreSQL. I'm more of a MySQL kid. What? So it's just create user or create user? Just on. Okay. So yep. Cannot connect to database. Role does not exist. Oh, I wish this was well documented. It should be well documented. There we go. Common PostgreSQL errors. Database root does not exist. Right. If you're setting up your database for the first time, you will need to become the PostgreSQL user. Right. So SUU what Postgres, something like that. SU Postgres. Let me just do that. Create DB. Oh no, what was the actual command it wanted us to run? It was PSQL template 1. So this is just because of my ignorance with at home. Oh, I don't have permissions to that bloody location, do I? Ugh. Oh, you know what? We can probably just sudo it. Yeah, right. Sack that. Exit. Su root. Game man. I've made a right hash of this. Right. I was stuck inside of a command, that's why. Stupid meme. So basically just running it as a different command, as a different user. Just trying to find the right syntax to do it. So sudo help u Postgres PSQL. Can I just do it here? PSQL template 1, I think the command was. PostgreSQL is not in the sudo file. Okay. Password Postgres. SU into root, and then as roots SU into the end. So there is a way to do it with SU. Let me just right, so SU, and then the option, which would be command, which is PSQL. I wonder if I have to wrap it. Run command as user Linux. Okay, so it's obviously quite a using SU. I don't really want to use sudo because that gave me options problems. Okay, so in theory, sudo u Postgres, and then PSQL template 1. You know, that should work according to these, but yeah, not that. As that user. Okay, so can we do say SU minus Postgres, because we are root after all. And there's no password. I didn't set a password, so I'm just gonna okay, so now I'm back as root, so I should be able to do SU minus Postgres, right? Oops. Okay. Right. Jose, and of course I don't have permission to that flipping folder file. So let's jump out from that. Let's do let's just chown this whole bloody thing to Postgres, just like save the headache. PSQL, and I'm sure there's like way easier ways to do this because I've made a right hash of it. Okay, so now that we're in, we've got PSQL working. So there we go. We're just gonna whack bloody Windows. Okay, so what do I have to end that? Has it done it, or role ScholarPack does not exist? It's gone well. Create this own a ScholarPack, but we've not created a user. Create a database, then thing it up, but there is no user. Create database ScholarPack with owner ScholarPack, but we ain't created a ScholarPack owner. So if memory serves me right, let me out of this blooming thing. We should be able to do create user ScholarPack. Yeah. Create roles, so that's not documented. Source has been crap sticks. It's because I'm not exiting that properly. Just gonna kill all those, and I won't recommend. Whatever, you don't try to do any of these commands on the live database. So quit, nope, exit, etc init.d, Postgres, restart. I really am having to work my way around a lot of these issues. PSQL template 1 will give me connection in. Then paste that create command, hit enter, creates the database. In theory, create database. Right. So now we've created the database. Let's jump out of. I wish I knew how to get out of. I mean, it feels so dirty when I've got to, like, what is end quit? Like, let me out. Arrgh. Sack it. Right. It's obviously not playing nice. So PSQL, ScholarPack. So what we're going to do now is, oops, where am I? Jose. Totally. ScholarPack. Home Jose build, is it? Oh, bloody hell. Let me just jump back to root again. Home Jose build, it's not got the right permissions now for some reason. Oh, wrong command. I'm going to move this folder to home Postgres, which of course there isn't. Oh my gosh! Postgres, maybe it wants to change group as well. I don't know why that's not working. I'm guessing it's because it's under home Jose. Right. Next thing to try, move build dot. Got that. Oops, build. Okay, so now I'm in as the I'm authenticated as the Postgres user, and I'm going to read that database into I'm going to read the database file into the actual database itself. So it's just a case of ScholarPack.sql. Oops. So just whilst it's doing that, so basically what that's doing, it's creating the database schema, which is where it's going to, like, it's basically like creating all the tables, where you can store the information into the database. So this is probably going to take a couple of minutes. So we've got a few more commands just left to do. And just whilst it's doing that, we've had some feedback from ScholarPack about the fact that there is some typos, and so MZ crypto, the dependency that we knew nothing about, one of the two main dependencies, was a typo on the actual docs. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we've got M2 crypto. Let me jump out of this Postgres user because we don't want to stay as it. So yeah, he's basically said, what he meant was you only install M2 crypto. And it's already installed, so I can take that off the list. So again, that was just a flaw in the documentation, which is what this test is all about. So now Zope's installed, Postgres is set up. We're going to go ahead and copy the extensions and products folders to var lib soap. So we put it into build, so move, I was just saying, extensions into var lib soap. Yeah, there is no varlib zope. Interesting. Even though we followed the zope installation guide, but we didn't do that very last step if I remember rightly, which was to create an instance. So, back to zope.org. Oh gosh, these documentation cracks me up. Down to the bottom to find getting started, install zope on installing zope. Right. So the only part that we didn't do is, assuming that you want to install a zope instance on blah blah blah, in order to create a zope instance you would run the following command. So I mean we installed zope in what user local zope, I assume. Yeah. So I mean it's like make this make zope instance. So we've got a Python script to say I'm gonna go ahead and just say make zope instance. Please stupid directory like such as a database files configuration. This isn't actually specified, and I don't think it should be varlib neither. So I mean it says, you know, run. It says to run it like whoa, hold up. You'd like to install zope. Well, alright. This is probably going to go horribly wrong, but varlib zope. Username for the initial client, so let's go, you know, admin. Password admin. Verify password admin. ls varlib. Well, you know, it seems to have worked alright. Kind of made it up as we went along, but so now we jump back to here and then move extensions over to varlib zope. Yeah. Can't move to a subdirectory of itself. Varlib zope extensions? Are you crazy? Read me. Okay, copy. No, copy R. No, I don't know extensions to varlib zope extensions. So that's going to copy everything from inside of this folder to varlib zope extensions. So cd varlib zope extensions, cd extensions, move start like that. Whoa, what happened there? Move start. So there's that dash help folder that's kind of been stubborn. Oh boy, I don't even know how to. I don't even know what to do about that. That'll have to just be something we have to ignore. Home, ls home build, and it wanted another folder which was copy the extensions and products folder. So copy our products. Build products to var lib zope. You know, we can probably just whack that there. ls var lib zope. Excuse me. Right, so that install is now done up to the point where we've just got some chowning to do. So var lib zope, right, and then we're gonna chown. There's no user, zup user, so add user zup. Give it permission. There's no group called zup neither, but that's not our problem. Then jump into this folder. Huh. Okay, there is time service. I'm gonna guess that this is another mistake in the docs. Time service isn't a timer service. And then Python set. Oh gosh. Maybe this isn't right actually. ls home hosted build. Nope, home build products. Timer. There is only timer service. There is no such thing as time server. Okay. And again, we've got an issue where these docs aren't right anywhere for sure. On this part, like I don't see how they can be. We've got that source. I mean that's. I mean, I don't even know if I'm in the right folder now. Do we have update on this bad boy? Locate time server. See, there is no such folder as time server. Let me just double check the package just to make sure. So build, you know, products. We've just got timer service in there. I don't know where time server is supposed to come from. Anywho, we'll work around that. I don't know how well that's going to work, but ls opt ScholarPack. What? Where's the opt ScholarPack come from? That's not even a folder that exists. Yeah, these docs. SOAP should now be accessible on 8080. It's almost like the docs kind of ended. Unfortunately, I don't even think that we can install the rest of this like without making a crap load of it up. So SOAP should be now accessible on 8080, right? It's telnet 127.0.0.1 8080. There's no way. Yeah. Even etc init.d. You know, Zope. There's no init script for Zope. We definitely have nothing in opt because nothing's told us to put anything in opt, so I don't know where that piece of the docs came from. So you know, we've been able to get 60 or 70% of the install done, but it's nowhere near ready for public source yet, and I think it should probably get repackaged as a guess. So I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll let ScholarPack come back and respond, and you can draw your own conclusions. Thanks for watching.